Hey guys, we are back with some more Wizard of Oz. I hope you're enjoying it so far. I really love this book. So remember, her and Scarecrow were off to see Oz together. When Dorothy awoke, the sun was shining and Toto was already out chasing birds and squirrels. She sat up and looked around. There was the Scarecrow, still patiently waiting for her. They left the cottage and walked until they found a little spring where Dorothy drank and bathed. Through the trees was a clearing by the roadside. There they sat down and Dorothy opened her basket. She offered some bread to the Scarecrow, but he refused. "I'm never hungry," he said, "and it is a lucky thing I am not, for my mouth is only painted, and if I should cut a hole in it so I could eat, the straw I am stuffed with would come out, and that would spoil the shape of my head." Dorothy saw at once that this was true, so she nodded. "Won't you tell me a story while we're resting?" she asked. The Scarecrow looked at her reproachfully and answered, "My life has been so short that I really know nothing whatever. I was only made the day before yesterday. When the farmer made my head, one of the first things he did was paint my ears so I could hear what was going on. Then he painted my right eye, and as soon as I was finished, I found myself looking at him and everything around me with a great deal of curiosity. For this was my first glimpse of the world. The farmer carried me to the cornfield and sat me up on a tall stick where you found me." So here's them sitting together. Dorothy packed her basket to go, but she was startled to hear a deep groan nearby. "What was that?" she asked timidly. "I can't imagine," replied the Scarecrow, "but we can go see." They went back to the forest a few steps, and then Dorothy saw standing beside one of the big trees with an axe in his hand a man made entirely out of tin. He stood perfectly motionless, as if he could not stir at all. Toto barked sharply and made a snap at the tin legs, which hurt his teeth. "Did you groan?" asked Dorothy. "Yes," answered the Tin Man, "I did. I've been groaning for more than a year, and no one has ever heard me before or come to help me." "What can I do for you?" she asked. "Please get the oil can from a shelf in my cottage and oil my joints," he said. Dorothy at once did as he asked. On her return, the Tin Woodman said, "Oil my neck first." So she oiled it, and as it was quite badly rusted, the Scarecrow took hold of the tin head and moved it gently from side to side. Oh, hold on, let me show you that picture up close. There he is. He's stuck there. Gently from side to side until it worked freely, and then the man could turn it himself. "Now oil my joints and my arms," he asked, and Dorothy did. Finally, the Tin Woodman lowered his axe. "That is such a great comfort," he said. "I have been holding the axe in the air since I rusted a year ago, and now if you will oil my joints of my legs, I'll be all right once more. I might have stood there always if you had not come along," he said, thanking them. "How did you happen here?" "We're going to the Emerald City to see the great Oz," she said. "Why do you wish to see Oz?" he asked. "I want him to send me back to Kansas, and the Scarecrow wants him to put a few brains in his head." The Tin Woodman appeared to think deeply for a moment. Then he said, "Do you suppose the Oz could give me a heart?" "Why, I guess so," answered Dorothy. "It would be easy as giving Scarecrow brains." "Well then, if you'll allow me to join your party, I will also ask Oz to help me." "Come along," said the Scarecrow heartily, and Dorothy agreed. So the Tin Woodman shouldered his axe and asked Dorothy to put his oil can in her basket. They set out through the forest, and the Tin Woodman said, "During the year I stood there, I had time to think that the greatest loss I had ever known was the loss of my heart. Once I was in love, but the girl I loved lived with an old woman who didn't want her to marry me. So she had the Wicked Witch of the East cast a spell on me. So now I am made of all tin, and I am very lonely. No one can love who has not a heart." "All the same," said the Scarecrow, "I shall ask for brains instead of a heart, for a fool would not know what to do with a heart if he had one." "Once I had brains and a heart also, so having tried them both, I should much rather have a heart," returned the Woodman, "for brains do not make one happy." All right, we're going to stop there. There's another big character coming, so we've added I can't think right now. We've added the Scarecrow, and we've added the Tin Man very close together. And then, does anybody know what comes next? Tell your parents if you know who we're missing. If you don't, we're going to find out tomorrow. I'm so excited. All right, love you guys. Bye.